Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, so the Rittenhouse trial is done. The verdict has been given. He has been acquitted on all 5 charges of murder. That's something that we've been touching on this channel, but not the actual case logistics. The bigger why of the media, the leftists, and the gun control, because this became about gun control and your rights as an individual. We started talking about this about in the waning days, the liberation zone of this trial. But now you're starting to see the New York Times and all these other sources start to twist this in their favor and get on to Democrats. They're putting fire on Democrats because remember, the New York Times, Politico, MSNBC, all of these websites and these news outlets, they're all aimed at a left-wing audience. Keep that in mind while I read this article we're going to have linked in the description box below, because this is crucial. They're trying to twist this case into a gun control argument, but they're failing miserably, and that's what they're telling their audience here. Check this out. This is full of dog whistles, making sure you say the right phraseology, and then, to elicit an emotional response from your readers. Check this out, because this is propaganda 101. Rittenhouse case highlights the nation's deep division over gun rights. As groups debate the effect of the verdict, the legislative stalemate shows no signs of changing and weapons on the street grow. That is a direct shot at the Democrats, because nothing has happened. It's going to happen even more here in the little bit further down these snippets I've got for you. I want to hear from you guys, but let's keep going because this is important. 4 days before Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted of murder, the judge in his case tossed out a charge: illegal possession of the military-style semi-automatic rifle he used to kill 2 people. Here's the thing. He could have just said rifle there, but they didn't say rifle. They said military-style semi-automatic rifle. That's because it is basically a patented term the left uses to evoke emotional reaction. That is what they're trying to do here. Because you could have said rifle, you could have said gun, you could have said weapon, firearm, anything, but you had to use that exact same phrase. Now, we're going to hit on that again in a second, because the phrases that they're choosing, let me know if you guys pick them up in the comments, because this is important, particularly in here. Yet it was a telling reminder that the Rittenhouse case, in addition to examining the polarizing issues of race and the right to self-defense in the country, highlighted the growing proliferation of guns on America's streets and the failure of efforts to enact even modest new gun restrictions. Did you guys catch that? That's almost a copywritten term from the Democratic playbook. Growing proliferation of guns on America's streets. That is something that they have said across different personalities, different articles, different news sources, different outlets, different journals, newspapers. Exact same phrase: proliferation of guns on America's streets. And now we go into the part where they start to go after the Democrats a little bit. The failure of efforts to enact even modest new gun restrictions. Keep in mind, they have the presidency, the House, and the Senate. That's what the New York Times is saying here. How did you screw this up? This is the follow-up line. Gun control advocates thought they would make some headway under President Biden, but have faced backlash. Not wrong. Quote, "We are really disappointed with the outcome of the trial, and we are really worried about its implications in the case before the court, because they both deal with the same issue," talking about the New York case and this case. "Whether people have the right to carry a loaded gun in public," said T. Christian Hain, a survivor of gun violence who is now a top official with the Brady Campaign, one of the country's biggest gun safety organizations. So see what they're doing here. Remember what we talked about earlier towards the tail end of this case? They're tying this exact case in this instance to the New York Supreme Carry Law. They know that they both have to do with the right to self-defense and the right to carry a firearm that's guaranteed in your Constitution, and they're tying them together. This is what they started to do at the end of the trial, but listen to what they've done. They've intermeshed this whole thing. And we're going to continue because I've got a couple more for you. Gun laws have generally become more permissive. Open carry is now legal to one degree or another in many states. A majority of Americans support stricter gun laws, but a Gallup poll last year showed that support for gun regulation, which surged after a mass shooting in 2018 in Florida, has ebbed during the coronavirus pandemic and a spike in violent crime. Other polls have showed continued strong support. So notice they hit the Gallup poll. Let's show you what their most recent Gallup poll is. This is from one of our videos coming further in this weekend. Here's the highlights from a Gallup poll released last week. 52% of Americans want stricter gun laws, the lowest since 2014. Independent support for stricter gun laws down 15 points since 2020. Record low 19% favor handgun ban in U.S., down from 25% last year. Is there any question amongst any of you why they're starting to advise Democrats to stay away from gun control and go towards a national reciprocity? You see, they put these breadcrumbs out and then they all tie it together. This is one of the reasons I love what I do, because of this stuff right here. Jerry Bonivia, who runs the Wisconsin Anti-Violent Effort Education Fund, a gun control group, said the decision was a, quote, win for the fringe that would encourage right-wing groups to brandish their weapons at protest, leading to more bloodshed. Quote, the vast majority of Americans will never carry a firearm in public, but there are people who feel emboldened now, she said. It's a dangerous situation. And that right there is what this case became all about. It became all about people being able to defend themselves, because you can tell the police to stand down. You cannot tell people not to defend themselves. That is a natural animal right. Not even human. Animals do that, and it's basic. And that's what I have for you guys tonight. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on the Bullet Points. I'm Braden. See you later.